Hare Krishna. Today we are going to study the verse number 37 of chapter number 4 of Bhagwat Gita as it is. And the name of this chapter is Transcendental Knowledge, which means it is beyond material knowledge of this material world. In the previous verses, we understood that when a person takes this transcendental knowledge from a bona fide spiritual master, he never falls in the trap of illusion. Illusion means thinking oneself to be the body and trying to become happy and comfortable by acquiring all the material things without having the knowledge that everything in this material world actually belongs to Krishna. Then in verse number 36, that is the previous verse, Krishna says that even the most sinful person, if he takes to the path of transcendental knowledge, then he will cross the ocean of miseries. Now, we might think that why will a sinful person make an effort to know the transcendental knowledge? So this is a hypothetical situation where Krishna is glorifying the transcendental knowledge and letting us know the benefits of transcendental knowledge. I'm sure that by now we all know that transcendental knowledge means the knowledge of Supreme Krishna and how Krishna is all pervading in the form of his external energy, that is air, water, earth, fire and sky. Then as Paramatma, Krishna resides in the heart of every living being in 84 lakhs of species. And the same Krishna who is Nandanandan, Yashoda Nandan, in his three-bent form, holding flute in his hands, wearing a peacock feather, with his most attractive smile, eternally resides in Golok Vrindavan Dham. Now in today's verse, we will get to know about more benefits of transcendental knowledge. So I request you to watch the video till the end. Now let us begin the verse number 37 by reciting. Yatha dhansi samiddho agnih bhasmat kurute arjuna ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यथैधांसि समिद्धो अग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुते अर्जुन ज्ञानाग्नि सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यथा, just as, edhamsi, firewood, samiddha, blazing, agni, fire, bhasmasat, turns into ashes, kurute, so does, Arjun, O Arjuna, jnanagni, the fire of knowledge, sarva karmani, all reactions to material activities, bhasmasat, to ashes, kurute, it so does, tatha, similarly. Krishna is saying, as the blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities. Yatha dhansi samiddho agni bhasmasat kurute Arjuna, as the blazing fire turns firewood to ashes, O Arjuna, jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat kurute tatha, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions to material activities. Now let us read Srila Prabhupada's purport and have a better understanding of this very important verse. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. अनंत कोटि वैष्णवों की जय. All acharyon ki jai. Srila Prabhupada says that perfect knowledge of self and super self and of their relationship is compared to fire. And this fire is not an ordinary fire, but it's a special fire which not only burns all the reactions of all impious activities, but also the reactions of the pious activities and turning them all into ashes. Now, a question might arise in us that burning the reactions of the impious activities seems to be fine, but why to burn the reactions of pious activities? To understand this, first let us understand what are pious activities and what are impious activities. Like in every country, there is a constitution for the smooth administration and development and progress of the countrymen. In the same way, our scriptures have chalked out various activities for each one of us under the Varnashram Dharma. And the understanding and practicing of these rules and regulations are only meant for human beings and not for any other species. Now, we all know that every action has a reaction, which has to be faced by only the doer of the action. The actions which is in accordance with the scriptures are pious activities, for which the doer gets pious merit or punya, and the opposite of it, which means that the activities which are not sanctioned in the scriptures, when done, it is an impious activity or pap. As we all know, that every action has a reaction. So the pious or good action has a good reaction, which is the reward in itself. And it takes the person up to the heavenly planets after leaving their present material body. And the vice versa happens with the doers of bad or impious activities, which leads them to hell. Now, coming back to the present verse where Krishna says that the transcendental knowledge is like fire and it burns the reactions of both pious and impious activities. And now we will get the answer of the question that what is the need of burning the reactions of the pious activities. Srila Prabhupada says that the destination of pious activities is heaven and the destination of impious activities is hell. And both these places are temporary. And after exhausting the allotted time in heaven or hell, the person again comes back to this temporary material world where he again starts the same old cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death. And all this is so painful to experience for anyone. Now, a question might come in our mind that when transcendental knowledge, which is compared to fire, and it burns the reactions of both pious as well as impious activities, then how does a person come again back to this material world? So, to understand this, first we must know that our life is a continuous process since time immemorial. And in each birth, we have certainly done some activities which may be either good or bad. And this way, each one of us have accumulated many karmas, which we call as sanchit karma. And out of those sanchit karmas, a certain amount of karma is allotted to us by in this present life to experience happiness or sorrow, which we call as prarabdha or destiny. And this prarabdha or destiny is simply unchangeable, which includes which family one will take birth, who will be the parents, who will be the spouse, and when will the marriage happen, and who will be the children. So, all these things are absolutely fixed, and it is called prarabdha, which cannot be changed under any circumstances. Thus, there are few more things in prarabdha or destiny, such as how the person will look like in the next birth, whether pretty or ugly. Then, the deadly diseases which is incurred is also in the destiny. We see many children born with heart diseases or born with deformed body parts. Then we often come across some people who have a very healthy lifestyle, but still they suffer from the deadly diseases like cancer or disorder in the kidney or liver. So we see that it's not necessary that the person has done any wrong in the present life, but still he suffers because it is in the destiny. Further, there are two more stages of the past karma, which is Bij and Koot. When the karma is in the Bij stage, it means that it is the stage of seed and it will take time to fructify. And the Koot level means it is just about to fructify. It is like in a tree where the flowers are there and the fruits are not far to appear. So these are the four stages of reaction of the actions. The first one is the Sanchit Karma, which is like the storehouse of the entire karma. And from the Sanchit Karma, a certain proportion of karma is allotted in the present life, which is called prarabdha or destiny. And then comes the Bij and Koot stage of the karma. Srila Prabhupada says that the perfect knowledge about one's own self and the knowledge of the Supreme Personality and the knowledge of their relationship burns all the reactions of pious and impious actions. But it cannot destroy the Sanchit Karma and Prarabdha, and because of which one is unable to come out of the endless cycle of birth and death, which is the sole aim of human birth. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that unless one is engaged in the loving devotional service of Krishna, one's prarabdha cannot be finished. But if a person gets to know that his true self is eternal servant of Krishna, and he immediately starts rendering devotional service by hearing, chanting, or remembering Krishna and his pastimes, then all the Sanchit and Prarabdha karma becomes automatically less or zero. We know the example of Mata Shabri, who was born in low caste and had no knowledge of Vedas. But when she got the instructions from Rishi Matang to sit and wait under a gooseberry tree, and she did exactly the same. She would clean the whole place every day, decorate it with flowers, and would only say that Ram will surely come. One day Ram will surely come. This is the true essence of transcendental knowledge, which means to always hear, chant, think, and remember about the Supreme Krishna or Lord Ram, who are non-different from each other. Srila Rupa Goswami in Namashtak has stated, Yad Brahma Sakshat Kriti Nishtayapi Vinash मायाति विना न भोगये अपैति नाम स्फुरणेन तत्ते प्रारब्ध कर्मेति विरोति वेद. Srila Rup Goswami says, O Naam, O holy name, if one consistently takes your name and meditates upon your name and reaches to the divine effulgence of yours, which is the Brahma Jyoti, still he has to come back to this material world because of his prarabdha. Prarabdha never gets destroyed by any amount of good karma or knowledge. The Nirakarvadis have the knowledge that there is no happiness in this material world. So they do not want anything from this temporary material world. And they do strict penance so that they may merge in the divine effulgence of the Lord after getting rid of their present body. But these Nirakarvadis again get born in this material world because they did not serve the lotus feet of Mukund, who is the only giver of mukti. The ultimate and only aim of human life is to get out of the endless cycle of birth and death. But this does not happen without becoming Krishna conscious. And to become Krishna conscious, one has to simply chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Rup Goswami says that the moment a true devotee of the Lord chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which is the only method prescribed for Kali Yuga, then all his prarabdha gets destroyed. And once prarabdha is over, which means all the sanchit, bij and koot is also over. And then no more coming back to this material world, which is an ocean of sufferings. Srila Rup Goswami says that this is stated in the Vedas. Now I am very sure that we have properly understood that by having the perfect knowledge that who am I and who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and what is my relationship with Him, burns or destroys the reactions of all pious and impious reactions of our actions. But prarabdha can be only destroyed by the devotional services. The word service is very important here. Knowing that I am not my body and I am the spirit soul is not sufficient. But when we have the complete knowledge that my real identity is this, that I am an eternal servant of Krishna and that I must serve Krishna lovingly. This is complete knowledge, and knowing this, when one starts chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is given to us by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself and has appeared in Kali Yuga as a devotee to teach us the devotional process so that all of us can simply chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and get liberated from this ocean of miseries. Srila Prabhupada says that Krishna says in chapter 7, verse number 19, Bahunam janma namante Gyanvan mam prapadyate Vasudevah sarvam iti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Krishna says, after many births and deaths, he who actually in knowledge surrenders unto me knows me to be the cause of all causes. Such a great soul is very rare. I'm really unable to express my joy and enthusiasm while I'm sharing with you that here is the secret of all success which Krishna is telling us, and we just need to believe Him and surrender unto Him. Surrendering to Krishna does not mean that we lose our individuality. Surrendering to Krishna means always thinking about Krishna and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and doing our prescribed duties. Along with it, engaging our ears to listen to Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan. And if we do such simple things, then Krishna has promised to us in chapter 18, verse number 66. Sarvadharman parityajye mamekam sharanam vraj. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma shuchah. Krishna says, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all the sinful reactions. Do not fear. Now I am very sure that all of us have properly understood that what is the easiest way to get out of all kinds of sufferings in this material world. I request everyone to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra attentively and loudly and always be happy. Hanumanji has shown us the power of the name of Lord by writing the name of Ram on the stone and made it float on the ocean. Now we have to do the same with our tongue. We must continuously chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And by just doing this, all of us will be delivered. Tomorrow, it is the Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lala in Ayodhya. It's an opportunity for us to awaken the sleeping spiritual power within us and get liberated from the pangs of material sorrows and pains and live blissfully. I bow down to Srila Prabhupada and my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Hari Mohan Prabhuji, for explaining to us the most secretive knowledge of Bhagwat Gita in such simple and easy manner. And I thank you for listening to the Bhagwat Gita shlokas so attentively. Now we shall meet next week with more benefits of the wonderful transcendental knowledge. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. And please do not forget to share the video with all your contacts. In today's shlok, we have properly understood that the proper knowledge destroys all kinds of pious and impious activities. But our prarabdha, destiny, is finished, or the effect of it is reduced only by bhakti. And bhakti is so simple. It starts with Shravanam, Kirtanam, and then Smaranam. Shravan means listening to the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, listening to the Kirtan and listening to the Katha of Krishna. Then Kirtanam means saying the glories of Krishna to others or chanting or doing the Hare Krishna Kirtan. And Smaranam means remembering Krishna all the time. This is so simple, and our prarabdha can be reduced only by this method. So I think we all should do it because of the prarabdha only we face so many difficulties, so much sorrow and sadness in our life. Krishna has given us the secret of how to reduce the effect of the prarabdha. And I think we all should grab this wonderful opportunity, and this is all only because of the causeless mercy of Srila Prabhupada and my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Hari Mohan Prabhuji, that we are being able to understand the most secretive knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Keep chanting Hare Krishna and be happy. Now we will meet the next week with some more benefits of transcendental knowledge. Hare Krishna.